area community. Welcome to Pasadena Area Community College Business Meeting number 5. Mr. Buckenheim, may we please have the roll?
Trustee Brown.
Here.
Trustee Silver.
Here.
Trustee Chen Lao.
Here.
Trustee Wah.
Oh, she's muted.
There we
Here.
go.
Trustee Fellow.
Here.
Trustee Martin.
Here.
Trustee Martin is absent. Trustee Osterling is absent.
Oh,
Thank you. So we are going to, do we have any public comment for a closed session item?
We do not, and I just let Trustee Martin into the room. So Trustee Martin is now present.
Wonderful. Okay. So I will read the agenda for our closed session, and then we will adjourn to our closed session, and we will return probably as close to 5 as possible. So the agenda items for closed session items are as follows. Item number 1, Government Code 54957, Public Employee Appointment, Dean, Career of Technical Education, and Dean of English Division. Item number 2, Government Code 54956.9b, Conference with Legal Counsel, Anticipated Litigation, PERB case number LA-CE 6001-E. Item number 3, Government Code 54957.6, Conference with Labor Negotiator, Under Representative Employee Erica Andrew Jones. Item number 4, Government Code 54957, Evaluation of Employee Superintendent President. At this time, we will adjourn to closed session. Thank you. Okay, is everybody here now? We should have a very, let's not say short, but a good meeting tonight, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, the agenda is pretty clear cut, and I think we should be okay. I see fellow, I see, still missing a few. There's fellow, no Linda and no John. Okay,
Hello, everyone.
hi.
Hi.
There's John. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start.
Okay.
Okay, so we will reconvene our business meeting. And we had one item that I would like to dwell on that we discussed in closed session. And in closed session, is it recording at this point?
Alex.
Yes, it's recording.
Thank you.
Great.
So in closed session, the board consider an amendment to the employment agreement of the superintendent. The material terms of the amendment include an additional 1 year of employment from July 1st, 2023 through June 30, 2024, as well as a one-time conversion of up to 3 weeks of accrued vacation leave to cash compensation. Thank you. Can we have at this time the roll call, please?
Yes, you may. I will start with the disclaimer that you're obligated to read. The record of this meeting should make clear, and it should be reflected in the minutes, that this Board of Trustees meeting is conducted pursuant to California Government Code Section 54953, as amended by Governor Newsom in Executive Order N2920, dated March 17th, 2020, in that all trustees are at their residences and all are participating by remote video or teleconference. I would now like to request that each trustee in turn respond to the following question. I will start with Trustee Chen Lao. Trustee Chen Lao, can you hear me well?
Yes,
Were you able to hear our proceedings up until now?
yes,
Do you have a copy of the agenda for this meeting?
yes, I do.
Next, I'd like to request that Trustee Brown respond to the same questions. Trustee Brown, can you hear me well?
Yes,
Were you able to
Yes.
hear our proceedings up until now?
yes, and yes.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to request that Trustee Silver respond to the same questions. Trustee Silver, can you hear me well?
Yes,
Were you able to hear our
Yes.
proceedings up until now?
yes, and yes. The only thing is I'm not in my home. And
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Next, I'd like to request that Trustee Wah respond to the same questions. Trustee Wah, can you hear me well?
Yes, yes, yes.
Were you able? Yes, thank you. Do you have a copy of the agenda for this meeting?
Yes, yes.
Next, I'd like to request that Trustee Martin respond to the same questions. Trustee Martin, can you hear me well?
Yes, yes, and yes.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to request that Trustee Fellow respond to the same questions. Trustee Fellow, can you hear me well?
Yes to all three. Thank you.
Thank you. And next, I'd like to request that Student Trustee Gomez respond to the same questions. Student Trustee Gomez, can you hear me well?
Yes to all three.
Thank you. And let the record show that Trustee Osterling is not present today. I would now like to ask that any member of the Board of Trustees speak up at this time if they have not been able to hear clearly any trustee. Hearing no comment, the record should reflect that all trustees present have indicated that they were able to hear all other trustees clearly. I would next request that any trustee speak up at this time if such trustee has any reason to believe, based on voice recognition or otherwise, that any person representing themselves to be a certain trustee is not truly so. Hearing no comment, the record should reflect that no trustee has expressed doubt that any trustees are the parties participating in the teleconference. I would now like to advise the trustees and the public that any votes taken during the remote conference portion of this meeting must be taken by roll call. Thank you.
So were we supposed to take another roll call or not?
We've been saying that the roll call I take in that question period counts as roll
Yeah.
call. I believe that we're covered.
Thank you. Okay, so should we have the land acknowledgement? I don't have the copy of it, so can someone share it so I could read it? There you go, thank you. Okay, land acknowledgement. Pasadena City College is a learning community with the indigenous homelands of people who have been known as a Gabrieleño band of Mission Indians of the Sisti-Canogna village and Kish Nation. Tonight, we acknowledge the painful history of genocide and forced removal from this land on which we gather. Let us take a moment of silence in honor of the important contribution of the stewards of the land who came before us. PCC and its faculty, staff, and students recognize that we are all simultaneously teachers, learners, and guests of these lands. The land acknowledgement is a small part of an ongoing process of working to be in good relationship with the people of the land and embodying equity in our practices and policies. Thank you. Okay. At this time, we will have a reordering of the agenda items. Do we have a motion to reorder any agenda item?
I move to approve.
Second.
Trustee Brown, with the Pledge of Allegiance comes after the land.
Oops. Before, huh? Oh, sorry about that. So could we ask Trustee Martin tonight? Trustee Martin, would you be willing to lead us? Thank you.
Get my mute button off. If you'll place your hand over your heart and repeat with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nice flag. Okay, thank you, Trustee Martin. So now we will go to the approval of the reordering of the agenda items. Do we have a motion to approve it, or is there any agenda items that you need to be taken out of items or whatever? No? So do we have a motion?
We have a motion and a second, Trustee Brown.
Okay, so
I made the motion and I think Trustee Fellow may have been the second.
okay, thank you. So can we have a roll call, please?
Trustee Chin-Lau,
Here.
Trustee Brown,
Here?
Trustee Silver,
Aye.
Trustee Fellow,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Waugh.
Aye.
The vote is 6-0. Oh, sorry, Student Trustee Gomez.
Aye.
Thank you. The vote is 6-0 with Trustee Osterling absent. Student Trustee vote is aye.
Okay, item number 6, introductions and recognitions. Do we have any?
No, we do not.
Thank you, thank you, Superintendent Andrew Jonas. Okay, so now we will proceed to, do we have any public comment and non-agenda items?
We have Mark Whitworth in the room to speak, and he will have a 3-minute timer that I will start upon his speaking.
So do we have any or not?
Yep, we do.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Board of Trustees. I'm Mark Whitworth. I am a 26-year
member of the PCA division and the speech instructor, and I'm also the president of the Faculty Association, representing over 1,000 faculty members on our campus that are very concerned and very fearful at this point. As well, I'm also the father to 2 small children. The pandemic is not over. As you can see, yet there are a handful of PCC administrators who seem to think it is. If we look at the news today, we would find that if the tiered system was still in place, we would be in the purple tier, which is the most restrictive tier. Cases are up 700% in 2 weeks. Hospitalizations are on the way up. And yet PCC is going through with an ill-advised 100% reopening. You need to ask why. In discussions with the district, we asked for several things to make the campus more safe. We asked for masking. We were told it was too difficult. But yeah, now that it's mandated by the county, it's not so difficult. We asked for vaccines for faculty and students. We were told we can't do that. Yet colleges across the country are doing that, as well as the city of Pasadena is now doing that. We asked for all necessary meetings to be held online. We can't do that. Everything that we asked for, we were told we can't do. It's too late, right? We are losing all trust and confidence in this administration. They have shown over and over again since June 15th that they are only willing to do the bare minimum to protect the faculty, staff, and students on this campus. 2 weeks ago, they forced staff and faculty to come back for no apparent reason. Absolutely none whatsoever. It's up to the board to start asking the questions of this administration. Why is this a good idea? Why is there no other school attempting a 100% reopening? What is the end game here? And finally, is this administration really more intelligent than everybody else out there? I think not. Thank you for your time.
What do you think of that?
Any more?
No more comment.
Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda would be approval of minutes for regular business meeting number 4, June 16th. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second,
Any discussion? Okay, so may we have a vote, please?
Student trustee Gomez,
Aye.
trustee Waugh,
Aye.
trustee Brown,
Aye.
trustee Fellow,
aye.
trustee Martin,
Aye.
trustee Chen Lao,
Aye.
Silver.
Aye.
The vote is 6-0 with trustee Osterling absent. The student trustee vote is aye.
Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda is the board committee reporting out. Do we have any committees reporting out?
I can report out for a couple committees. One is the trustees met on the policies, and I see that as action items for approval on the agenda. I know there are a number of questions, so hopefully those will all get addressed. In addition, we met on Trustee Fellow and I met on the.
Linda, are you breaking or is it us? Okay, go ahead.
It's probably me. I think my Wi-Fi is pretty bad over here. Sorry. So the trustees met on the self-evaluation, and we have a draft instrument which we will send out to the trustees for any comments, but we hope to have that all completed by August. So we'll give the trustees a week or so to go over the draft and to send out comments, and then we'll send it back out for trustees to complete, and that will be in time for any retreat that we then schedule. And that's it.
Thank you. Do we have any other committees reporting out?
I'm going to ask Linda, do I speak now or during the DEI?
DI initiatives, Tammy.
Which happens to be next. Okay, so that's the only committee we had reporting out. Okay. All right. So now we will go to update on DEI initiatives. Yes,
Dr. Boland speak first?
you could speak first. You're right.
All right. So the first thing is, of course, we want everybody to come to the town hall, which is tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. I'm going to try my best to zoom in. It's on Zoom. Come on, you can click your video off and eat your dinner or whatever you need to do. I really enjoy these. These town halls use all kinds of interesting methods. It's not just sit and listen. So if you haven't been to one, I encourage student trustee, you are most welcome. Have you gotten the flyer on it, Trustee Gomez?
Yeah, I'm registered for it.
You are, okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So please do try to come if you can. The other thing is that the work on DEI, we want everybody to be involved. It's an all hands on deck initiative. And I am so delighted that I just raised my hand and I worked on a committee that worked on professional development and mentoring. I learned a lot. I feel like I'm making a difference. And we want all of our individual board to have that opportunity for PCC. So there are 7 different areas, and we would like every trustee to take 1 or 2 areas and volunteer to work on that committee with other stakeholders and learn about it, give your input, and report back to us as part of what we're doing to do everything we can to improve student success on our college. There are 7 areas, so I'm just going to read them quickly. And if anything piques your interest right now, raise your hand, let me know. We'll sign you up right now. And if you're still thinking, I'll get back to you in an email or on a phone call later. So the 7 areas are: you could be involved on a committee that works on search committees, hiring practices, our mission statement, EO plans, mentoring and professional development, exit interviews, faculty evaluations. So as I read those, was there anything that any of you kind of said, oh, I'm interested, I'd like to be on that?
Yeah, Tammy,
Trustee Phillip?
I'm always interested in faculty evaluations.
Yes, fabulous. Got it.
I like the exit evaluation. I'm curious to see why people leave our facilities.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting, really interesting. I'm going to continue. I loved my mentoring professional development, so I'm going to do that. And you can be on a committee. Yeah.
Yeah, you can be on multiple committees. So I'm already on the statewide exit interviews and faculty evaluations, but I would also like to sign up for the search and hiring committees.
Sure.
And then these are committees, Tammy, I think that Dr. Boland will be rolling into the DEI overall district-wide group. So she can talk about that.
All right. Anything else? All right. Well, I'll get back with those that haven't yet signed up, and I think we'll find something really interesting for you. Thank you
so much, Trustee Silver. You're very good. Thank you. Any other updates? I think you said.
Dr. Boland, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Nothing beyond looking forward to working in partnership with the trustees.
Okay.
Well, I do want to thank Dr. Boland, who sent out the flyer for the town hall for tomorrow night to some of the campus people. So I saw a number of people signed up. PCC is always one of the districts that has the most number. I think we're just maybe now second to Bakersfield, Kern. But, and I do want to thank Dr. Boland for her recommendation to the statewide DEI committee, or actually to Trustee Silver and myself, about bringing DEI coordinators together across the state. So the Chancellor's office will be working on that. We'll be asking for identification from every district on who their DEI coordinator is. And then we'll be convening you all to hear what you all have to say and to help us on this.
All right. Any other thoughts or questions? If not, we'll move to our...
I think Trustee Chen Lao has her hand up.
Oh, I sure didn't see that building on your hands are the same colors.
Yes. It's a library books. I appreciated Dr. Boland's update on the Diversity Council for PCC. I would like to suggest, if it's possible, to look at the timeline and some benchmarks for, as we continue with our DEI initiatives. For example, maybe setting some goals with where we're going to be at a certain, time and place. I mean, certainly all the efforts of my colleagues are terrific. At the same time, we want to also look at the actions that we're going to take in addition to attending meetings and having diversity statements. So Dr. Boland, I know you are probably the subject expert on this, and I would really defer to you to, perhaps be able to provide us with some framework of what we can expect, in the next 6 to 9 months, 9 to 12 months, and going forward.
Thank you. Any other thoughts, questions? No? Okay, so let's move on. At this point, we will go to our combined approval of our combined consent calendar. We'll begin with consent calendar E1 through G17.
Motion to approve.
Okay, motion to approve.
Second.
We have a second. I see a hand has been raised. Trustee Martin.
Hi, I can raise this hand faster than I can find the button to raise
That's
the other hand.
That's right.
I just wanted to make a very short comment on G6 mirror pools at the appropriate time.
Okay, do you want to just do it now?
Love to.
Go ahead.
So G6 is, as I understand it, a renovation of the mirror pools, but the way it was explained to me that renovation will not change the architectural appearance of our mirror pools. It's merely a mechanical improvement to make sure we're not wasting water and doing some things like that. Because I, for one, am a strong supporter of the beauty and the iconic symbolism of those mirror pools and what they mean to this college, and just want to publicly state that I don't want anything to change that. And so I'm grateful that we can do that and save some water and prevent leaking and do it in a better way. But I'm very watchful for the wonderful symbolism that those mirror pools stand for thousands of people. Thank you.
Trustee Martin, thank you for saying that. Originally, we were thinking that upgrading and fixing the mirror pools would wind up with a bond project. We haven't gone for a bond yet, but then with the money that we're getting from the state, one of the first things we talked about for deferred maintenance, one of the first things I said, and I think everybody agreed, is mirror pools. We've got to get the mirror pools back to where they need to be. So absolutely, they're iconic and they're very much part of our identity. So I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, I think we all are. Okay, so we have a first and we have a second. Okay, so go ahead and it's time for voting. So where's Alex? Alex, could you take the vote, please?
Trustee Gomez.
Vote.
Are you, Alex, are you there?
Can you hear me? This is Alex.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's time
Student
for
Trustee
vote.
Gomez.
Aye.
Trustee Waugh.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Fellow.
Aye.
Trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Chen Lao.
Aye.
Trustee Silver.
Aye.
The vote is 6-0 with a student trustee voting aye. Trustee Osterling is absent.
Okay. Next approval will be personnel, and our student, of course, does not vote on this item. So do we have a motion to, first, do we have any discussion on any of the items? If
We
not,
need a motion first.
do we have a
I
motion?
move to approve.
Do we have a second? A second, please. Trustee Silver.
Second, I will.
Thank you, Trustee Silver. Any discussion, questions? If not, can we have the vote, please?
Student trustee Gomez,
Oh, no, he doesn't vote, Alex.
pardon me, thank you. Trustee Waugh,
Aye.
trustee Brown,
Aye.
trustee Fellow,
Aye.
trustee Martin,
Oh, wait, I was off mute. And then I worked so hard to mute myself. Aye.
trustee Chin Lau,
Aye.
trustee Silver.
Aye.
The vote is 6-0 with student trustee not voting on this item. Trustee Osterling is absent.
Thank you. So okay, now we go to action items recommended for approval. We'll start with number 1 will be consideration of amendment for superintendent president. Oh, these are
Move to
all.
approve.
Oh, look at you. Wait, hold on. I
Can
gotta
we,
get this here.
Dr.
Okay, I see.
Jonas, can we approve
Yes.
all the policy if there is no questions? Can we approve those in one vote?
Yes, you can. You can choose to vote all of the items
Yes.
together.
That's what
What
we
I
do.
would recommend is if anybody has a particular policy that they want to discuss, they could mention that, and then that could be set aside, and all of the action items could be taken as one separate, the ones that you all want to talk about. Does that make sense?
Thank you. Yes.
Do anyone have any questions or concerns about any of the policies that we have, which is quite a few? Thank you to the committee for reviewing them. I see 2 hands. I will start with trustee Martin.
Actually, mine are just comments on a couple policies,
Well,
and I'm not.
Pardon me, trustees. We're actually on a different item at the moment. We're voting on action item number 1, the consideration of amendment to superintendent president employment agreement. Policies are later in the agenda.
Oh, that's right. It's 1
You
through
have 5 items prior to the
1
board.
through 5. You have. Thank you very much, Alex.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yes. So that's I 1 through 5. So do I have a motion?
Are we making them for all of them or just one?
No, this is action item I 1 through 5.
I'll make a motion to approve.
President Brown, I'm wondering, I think that we should approve this separately.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think these should be approved separately.
But you could approve them together if we wanted.
Sure. Because let's just do them as we do normally. Yes, trustee Martin, what is your hand?
Well, I was going to suggest the same approach where you ask if any trustee wants to make a comment or thought on any of these action items. And if there's no administrative presentation associated with these action items, then I think we could certainly vote on them in block.
Do you have a question, trustee Wall?
No. So I will second the motion then. I believe trustee Fellow made the motion.
Okay, we have a first and a second. So can we please take the roll call?
What are we voting on?
Action item I 1 through 5. You see it? That one. Okay, so we have a first and we have a second. Now we'll take the vote.
And because it includes my contract, the student trustee, I believe, cannot vote since it has a personnel item on it.
Thank you.
So,
Okay.
so should we take that one separate then so that the student trustee can vote on the other issues?
It's just easy enough for him not to vote, I think. Well, actually, you're right, because we got the flea market and we have the, okay, so let's do,
I'll make a motion to approve item number 1 under I.
yes.
I second.
Okay, any questions? If not, then we hit the roll call, please. Vote.
Trustee Waugh.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Fellow.
Aye.
Trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Chen Lau.
Aye.
Trustee Silver.
Aye.
The vote is 6-0. The student trustee does not vote on personnel items, and trustee Osterling is absent.
Thank you. And now we will.
I'll make a motion to approve 2 through 5. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have a second. Thank you. Any questions? If not, can we vote?
Student trustee Gomez.
I'd like to vote abstain.
Trustee Wah,
Aye.
Trustee Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Fellow,
Aye.
Trustee Martin,
Aye.
Trustee Chen Lao,
Aye.
Trustee Silver.
Aye.
Okay. Student trustee vote is abstention. There are 6 votes for aye, and Trustee Osterling is absent.
Thank you very much. Okay, so now we are on J item, action items, board bylaws and policies. I think Trustee Martin had a question,
Comment.
comment?
Okay. I have 3 comments. The first comment is let's say 3 comments and an appreciation. So again, I want to thank the board committee on policies because we have numerous policies here and that had to require a great deal of work and thought. And so I want to thank the committee for their work. My first comment is, in general, these policies are, I'll use the term very broad. That broad may not be the right term, but I'll try to describe in that they basically, the number one thing they state is we have a policy and we look to the administration to come up with most of the detail on how that should be implemented for the college. There's very little specificity in almost every one of these policies, and I'm just making a note of that. My second comment centers on Board Policy 3250, integrating planning process, where we've made an effort, we made a few modifications reflecting on that we now have approved a mission, vision, and core values, and this is referencing that. And then we further have made some amendments to include equity, anti-racism, and where we had, I thought we had shared governance, maybe we only had shared, we added the word governance. Those additions are obviously all part of our mission, vision, and core values. My only concern here is not in the topics. They're not in the topics of equity or governance or shared or any of that, but in reference to my first comment, where all our policies are very broad, leaving to the administration specificity, and in particular in this process, where that specificity is our existing mission, vision, and core values. That mission, vision, and core values was a product of the entire campus. As we remember, went through all the shared governance process, the board agreed with it, and we just have to be careful when in a board policy, we reach down into the mission, vision, and core values and pluck out, however important, some of the results that came back in that mission, vision, and core values and embed them up here in what I would call the board policy, which means when the college revisits these things in X number of years from now, they can't really adjust what the board has put in their board policy. So I'm not opposed to what we've done. I'm not opposed to this. I'm not necessarily, I'm going to repeat, I'm not picking on these particular topics, but I'm warning us that we need to be careful when we reach down into consensus and pluck out just 1 or 2 or 3 of the items that were in those consensus mission, vision, and put them up here in some kind of board policy. I think that's a dangerous practice. I certainly am willing to let it go on this occasion. My third comment goes to Board Policy 2720 on communication among board members. And I think what we've done here is taken the league's standard practice or their standard wording, and what is delicately trying to walk the tightrope here between the Brown Act and the First Amendment and freedom of speech. I think they've probably done as good a job as possible in today's social media world in walking that tightrope, but I can still see, even in this carefully crafted statement, and again, I'm willing to support it. It's as good as we're probably going to get. I do see some areas where things could get a little bit dicey. If I'm a board member and I am on one social media platform and I don't know about another board member posting some comment or responding to some constituent on another social media platform, I might be responding to the same topic on a different platform to different people. Obviously, if we're on the same platform and seeing each other, it'd be a clear violation of the Brown Act. But there is some First Amendment rights in here where we have to have the freedom to express and answer constituent questions when we feel it is appropriate. So again, this comment is not meant to alter the good work of the committee or this policy, but to serve kind of as a warning that I'm trying to be watchful that, you know, our First Amendment freedom of speech is very important. And as we would probably understand, if push were to come to shove, might even be considered a greater fundamental to American democracy than the Brown Act. So I just felt obligated to kind of articulate these comments and thoughts, though, again, I'll say it for a third time, I'm not opposed to any of the policies such as they're written, understanding those comments.
Thank you, Trustee Martin. I think we have a first and a second on the floor. Is that correct? So can we have the vote now? Alex, can we take a vote?
Student Trustee Gomez.
Aye.
Trustee Waugh.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Fellow.
Aye.
Trustee Martin.
Aye.
Trustee Chen Lao.
Aye.
Trustee Silver.
Aye.
The vote is 6-0. The student trustee vote is aye, and Trustee Osterling is absent.
Thank you very much. So next on the agenda is informational items, Superintendent President's Report.
Okay, great. So I will start out by saying from my email a few weeks ago that PCC received reaffirmation of our accreditation from the ACCJC. We were deemed fully compliant with all accreditation standards and got 3 wonderful commendations. Our next accreditation visit will be in 2028 under new accreditation standards. And I did mention that I'm part of the work group that's working on those new standards, as are Crystal Cole-Ross and Dr. Thea Alvarado. I also want to say that it was very gratifying that of all the colleges visited in spring 2021, PCC was the only college that was fully reaffirmed with no follow-up report, no follow-up visit. And it's just a testament to all of the fabulous work that was done over the last 3 years to prepare for the visit. So as always, we rock. The Serafium building project is well into the demolition phase. The excavators are knocking down the structure, and so excited to see the college landscape transformed in this way. And Alex, I'm just going to say, I want to confirm there is a link on our website to the camera footage. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so if you, and how do they find that that part of our website? What is it?
It's our facility services area. I can put a link in the summary I send at the end of the meeting.
Okay, great. Because it's really fun to watch the time-lapse photography of the building going down. We have been hosting inoculation clinics on our campus with Rite Aid. We had more than 70 registrations for the July 13th clinic. We have 2 more coming up, August 3rd and August 24th, and those are open to students, faculty, staff, and our community, and as true across the country, free to everyone. The college has asked employees to self-identify their inoculation status, and with responses from more than 1,000 staff, 93% of our responses are positive that people are getting vaccinated. The numbers show that we are in support of full inoculation, and I think PCC should be very proud of how positive our folks have responded to getting inoculated, which I guess is our preferable word here. I was very humbled back on June 28th to get to raise for the first time ever the pride flag over the mirror pools, which is the anniversary of the Stonewall riots. And I was very happy to see a great turnout for our big moment. It was really gratifying. I had some faculty and some students come up and say that, you know, it was really powerful for them to have PCC show such support. I also want to take a second to say how proud we are of our students who won the American Association of Community Colleges Innovation Challenge last month. It's a nationwide STEM competition that recognizes new ideas from two-year colleges. 6 of our students showcased new developments in cancer therapy. So congratulations to Sophia Barber, Kit Chung, Kirk Dollar, Alex Gonzalez, team leader Sophia Ibargan, Richard Liu, and faculty advisor, Dr. Jared Ashcroft. And you know what? We've done it again. PCC is #1 for veterans in California. Military Times rankings make it clear our services are second to none. And I just want to say congratulations to everyone in the Veterans Resource Center who do so much for our student veterans. And that concludes my report.
Okay. Okay, do we have the associated students here? I don't think so, is she?
I do not think so.
Okay, how about?
Aside from myself.
No, you're trustee, babe. You're just.
But he's also the AS president too.
Oh, is
I
he
think,
really?
Isn't he? Uh-huh. Aren't you, Emmanuel, also the AS president?
Yeah, that's correct.
So you're gonna do double duty for a report out.
Correct.
Okay, so why don't we have you report on both angles one time?
Okay, well, thank you. I just want to report that I will be attending tomorrow's DEI Town Hall, which I've registered to. I've also registered to the League's monthly government relations webinar, which will be on August 17th. Also, I've registered to the 2021 Student Trustees Workshop. And
awesome.
On the, let me see, sorry, review my notes. And then on the 29th of June, I attended the working group of accreditation board policy. And now I am here today. Now for AS, I would like to report that we've been holding our board meetings, of course, using masks. And we've been able to kind of just prepare the board, you know, looking forward to the students that will be, I think, in desperate need of, you know, some sort of socializing now that we're starting to go back into campus. We've been kind of preparing as well as reviewing the ICER, just so that students can familiarize themselves with the way committees work on campus. And that is all for my report. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Sound like you hit the ground running, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
I think Linda got hold of you.
She did.
That's what I know her. Okay, so we said we did not have academic senate.
Yeah, academic senate is not here, but we do have the classified senate, and that is Nairi.
Nairi. Okay, Nairi. Hello, Nairi.
Good evening, Board of Trustees. My name is Nairi Zograbian, and I will be reporting a few items on behalf of the Classified Senate. Firstly, we currently have a mix of new and continuing board members due to our bylaw change made by the outgoing Senate, which increases the term for board members to 2 years. This has been a welcome change as it allows knowledge transfer between existing and new board members. With that said, the Classified Senate Board for 2021-22 consists of Ernesto Partida continuing as president, myself, newly elected as vice president, Lindsay Reed continuing as secretary, Grace Sharler newly elected as treasurer, Felicia Mitchell continuing as parliamentarian. Next, I want to just mention that classified professionals have now been on campus 5 consecutive days every week since July 6th. And this has allowed a lot of folks to interact with each other rather than just interact via Zoom. And I think this has been a welcome change, perhaps most importantly for those who were hired on during the pandemic, such as my colleague, Xavier Murguia. Him and I were actually at the fiscal department just before this meeting, helping everyone enable two-factor on their email. And he mentioned how great it was to put faces to names and meet people in person. And I agree with that. The next item to report, our Senate is working this summer to plan for the entire fiscal year. Tomorrow we have a small retreat to begin setting goals and objectives that we would like to accomplish. We will also be reviewing new and existing board policies, administrative procedures, which directly affect classified professionals, and continue the work of our previous board Senate. We will share the outcome of those reviews at the next Board of Trustees meeting. Lastly, I would like to recognize a classified professional joining our campus, Gregorio Villaguardado. He's taking on the role of network administrator in quite possibly the most awesome department on our campus, information technology services. That statement may or may not be biased. Also, I would like to wish farewell and a happy retirement to the following folks. Kathy Barnes, Executive Assistant, Student Learning Services, 16 years of service. Eric Herden, Lab Tech 2, Performing Arts Center, 30 years of service. Nancy Ramirez, Registered Nurse, Student Health Services, 6 years of service. Robert Tirpelli, my friend, System Administrator, Information Technology Services, 33 years of service. Collectively, they've served 85 years, which is just awesome. And that's my report. Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thank you. Okay, and I think our management is not here either.
That
right?
is correct. Dr. Rebecca Cobb is out
Okay.
ill today.
All right, so we will move on to the board report. Okay, I'm trying to figure who do I want to start with. Let's start with Trustee Sandra. Yes.
Thank you. Well, I have wrapped up my 3 coffee and teas for the last quarter. We really had a great turnout, and I had an opportunity to listen to faculty, students, parents, and also the faculty association members. It really allowed me to get a sense of what was on their mind with their experiences at PCC. And just quickly to summarize, for the parents, they would like us to clarify a bit more on our priority registration. I think there's some confusion with those who are in district versus out district and what their priorities are when they want their children to register. Some of the faculty have expressed their experiences working online, distance learning. Some were having perhaps a harder time coming online, and I know that there was training for them. And the students too, I think Emmanuel, we were on a call together when your colleagues and your peers expressed their challenges with distance learning and how they would really appreciate going back in person to learn. And, I really appreciated the comments also from the community as well. We had attendance from the education chair of the NAACP. They would love for us to look at the way that we do outreach to the underserved communities, in particular the Black community in the Northwest. So that's just a quick summary of some of the feedback that I received from the 3 coffee and teas, and I will continue them when we get back to campus in September. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, Trustee Martin.
No report, thank you.
Trustee Silva.
I want to thank Dr. Androgenis and whoever else worked on getting the exchange program between PCC and Yerevan State University. I was an exchange student as a high school student and have been the host mother of many exchange students and am in Pasadena Sister Cities, and I think this is fabulous, wonderful, and will be life-changing for our students that go to Yerevan and for the Armenian students that come to Pasadena. And I can't wait until that program can begin.
Thank you. You know, I should have included that I did meet with the Council General from Armenia, from the LA ambassador, and because I'm in Maine, I do not have his name right in front of me. I'm sorry about that. We had a great meeting in early July, and we talked about, as Trustee Silver noted, a program where we would do study abroad at Yerevan. And I have received a formal invitation to visit either sometime in fall or in early spring. So looking at that possibility of doing a visit, and those visits usually include trustees, just saying. So more on that when I have more details. Again, I'm sorry, I do not have the specific information, but I will report out on that in August.
Okay. Trustee Fellow.
As you know, President Arajanis, I'm an expert in study abroad programs. I'd be willing to
that I know.
And speaking of that, as a professor of almost 39, 40 years, and I'm ending my tenure at Cal State Fullerton and probably joining another system part-time. I also wanted to congratulate Eric Herden and Robert Terapella, who 30 and 33 years, that's a long time. And on behalf of the board, I'd want to congratulate them and wish them well. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Trustee Waugh, are you there?
I am. First of all, I want to congratulate Trustee Tammy Silver for having completed her effective trustee program certificate. So we now have 6, I think, or have completed. And then not to reiterate so many times, but just want to encourage everyone to go to the town hall tomorrow. We will have we'll be featuring 2 colleges, Moore Park and Victor Valley. We'll be talking about some of the how they overcame some of the obstacles, and then the last part of the town hall will be facilitated by Dr. Ray Ramirez from Fresno City College, and we will be having heart-to-heart dialogues among all the trustees about some of the issues that we feel we've encountered and how do we overcome those. So I hope you will all join. Also, just want to remind everyone to, actually, this is for the new trustees. On August 3rd to the 5th, ACCT will be having their GLI conference for training session for new trustees on policies and fiscal responsibilities. And Trustee Eduardo Marti and I will be facilitating that session. In October, ACCT will be having their annual conference in San Diego, and we hope that you will all come. Dr. Androjanis, Trustee Gomez, Heitzberg, and myself submitted a proposal for the Women's Conference, the Women's Caucus to present, and it was accepted. I also submitted a proposal with Trustee Fukutaki from Washington for California and Washington to present together on our work on DEI, and that was also accepted. So I hope you will all be there. We will also be voting on directors and representatives. We have 6 California trustees who are running for different offices, so I hope you will all be there. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Trustee Wall. I think I got everyone. I do not have anything to report because I don't have the paperwork. I had a meeting over at John Muir High School maybe a couple weeks ago. A CEO from Outward Bound contacted me, and he wants to partner with PCC. He has a great program over there. And I don't know, I don't have the flyer, but I will be reaching out to Dr. Andrew Jonas so we could have a Zoom meeting. Okay. It's very promising. And they've been in existence for years, and I'd never heard about them.
Of
And
Outward Bound?
Outward Bound. And
Yeah, it's an awesome program.
when I walked and they showed me what they did, I said, what? And how come I didn't hear about this? The folks that they dealt with was one of my neighbors that used to take me camping. My husband and I would go camping with them. But anyhow, I'm not going to tell this story because I want to get the pamphlet and give it a good sell where it's that to intrigue Dr. Indra Jonas, so that what the guy said is that he already has all the credits from whoever it is to be part of a non-credit.
Okay, awesome.
I can't tell it all. I won't tell it all, but we will talk about it. So I'm excited about it because it creates a lot of opportunities for Northwest Pasadena high school and college students. So I'm very excited about that. Okay, so now we will move on to, I did get everyone, right? Yes. Proposed future board business meeting dates. Is this where we talk about what Tony and Sandra and put together? So can we have a little dialogue?
How about if we have Alex, could you pull up that document that's part of the agenda?
Because I didn't see it for some reason.
I saw it the first time and I missed it the second time.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about, Alex?
So it's the recommendations for effective monthly meetings. It's the second document on the board agenda under that item. Yeah.
I'm doing it right now.
This is Trustee Fellows' baby.
No, all three of you, baby.
Right. So to remind the trustees, this is this is an item that Trustee Fellow requested that Trustee Brown assigned to the Policies Committee. And we did review it under the Policies Committee, and these are the recommendations. So the intention is to help streamline and make our meetings run more efficiently and effectively, so we're not running into 10 and 11 and 12 at night. So the recommendations you see before you are the recommendations from our subcommittee to the board. You'll see basically the request is to have all reports in writing and then only to verbally comment on anything that needs to be highlighted, and to have set timelines maybe for the agenda so that we know that so many minutes are allocated for every agenda item, that we have staff reports and presentations be limited to 15 minutes. That does not include the question and answer, so it's just the presentations. I think we agreed to strike no more than 5 PowerPoint slides and 18 points.
Yes, please do.
So that should be stricken from this recommendation, because the feeling of the committee was if the staff is being asked to do their presentations within a 15-minute guideline, then it doesn't really matter. You know, they can use whatever PowerPoint slides or any number that they felt were important. And Trustee Fellow, since this was requested by you, is there anything that you may have wanted to comment on?
I'm glad, you made the corrections, which they could have 100 PowerPoint. We just wanted to make it smaller, less time. Berlinda and I talked a bit today, and one of the things we should think about is that when we have important agenda items like the budget and maybe the pathways to success and those sorts of things, maybe we should have a special meeting, and maybe those things could be discussed more in depth. But I do want to say this came about not because of me, but I hate to tell you this, but some members of the college community talked to me about tightening our board meetings. They just thought it was getting a little out of control. So that's what
I appreciate you tackling. I appreciate all three of you tackling this. This is long overdue. Let's talk about the board. the board themselves. Some of our board members just talk and talk and talk, and really, the point was made 10 minutes previously, and we're still going. So we're trying to just have the real thing that we need to do. Did anyone other than the committee see this in their package? Because I did not see it. And I wanted to know if the board, you saw it, Tammy? Trustee Martin, did you see it? Trustee Martin, are you there?
I'm
Sandra,
saying yes. I mean, I saw it.
okay, good.
I saw this, sure.
Okay, great. So
It's in there.
are we in agreement to adopt this and have it?
It was my understanding that we did not need to vote on this, that this was a
That is- that is correct, but are we in agreement with it, is my question. So we could just expect to implement it as board
Yeah.
members.
Yeah, I think so. Unless someone disagrees, I think that we can implement it.
Did I see Trustee Silver's hand?
Yes, I thought it sounded sensible, and I like trying new things. So let's give it a try and make corrections as needed. But I think it would be, I'm in favor.
Okay, great. Okay, so there you go. There you have it. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, committee. I appreciate your hard work. And our goal is to make our meetings more efficient and effective. Not spending the day, but we don't want to cut important things. So if you have a lot of information you need to share, type it up and highlight it and present it to the board ahead of time. Is that okay with you, Dr. Andrew Jones?
That is fine.
Oh, well, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so item number 3, proposed future agenda items. Do we have any?
I would like to propose some.
Yes, and I see several hands. Go ahead.
So one, Dr. Jonas, I know that you're looking at the impact of the new COVID protocols. So one thing I would like to ask is if we can get a report on the summer enrollments and how that compared. I am a little worried just because I did take a language class last semester, and I would say we just took an informal poll, and 90% of the students said that they would not come back if we came back in person. And I was that did worry me. So I'm just wondering if we can look at what our summer enrollment looked like, maybe by division. I think our language classes are some of our most important to our communities, and many of our even dual enrollment students use it to get their foreign language out of the way when they transfer. So that's one request. The other is, I know we got the money for the trustee fellowship program, which thank you so much for all your hard work on that. And part of that is for the trustees then to also look at and review the data to see that we are actually moving the needle. And so I wonder if we can have a session on that in one of the upcoming meetings and I don't know if you're ready yet or if you need more time to look at what those metrics might look like, but I think that would be helpful. And my third request.
Trustee Watt, I think that you and Berlinda and Jim Osterling and I don't know how you want to do it, should meet and talk about what you think those, because I think we should meet to go over that plan again, just to get a sense of what you're looking for, and then we can definitely provide those numbers. Absolutely.
Great. Thank you so much.
I just want to double check.
Yes, yeah. I agree with you. I think that would be appropriate to do that. And the third item I would like is, I know that the whole community is really jazzed about having the Mackenzie Scott gift. And I know that you're polling your own staff to see what the priorities could be for us in expenditure. So I wonder at some point when you feel ready, whether, if you could give that sort of an update to the trustees so that we know.
Absolutely. And actually part of our professional development day in August, I'll be talking about the Mackenzie Scott money, and that will be, so you will definitely get the update ahead of time.
Great. Thank you.
Trustee Chinlaw.
Oh, Erica, is there a trustee that's on the committee to look at how to spend the Scott's gift? Or is
It's
that
not actually, it's
Okay,
not
go-
actually a committee. It's
Okay.
at least not right now.
Okay.
We're talking about an overarching idea of how to look at the, and I think Alex and David Steinman have been looking at how to frame the innovation fund, the President's
Mhm.
Innovation Fund. So it's all in conversation right now. But as I've noted in another place, I may not have made this connection clear. So that's why I'm saying, we're looking at the budget accountability model, trying to figure out where is everything properly budgeted with general and special funds and all of that for the
Mhm.
college. And then we can take a look at the Mackenzie Scott money and say, okay, our college is funded this way. Now, where is it we could either, we're looking to add, or we're looking to improve, or we're looking to do all of those things. And then that would be good for the Mackenzie Scott money. So we're kind of not, we're almost there, not there yet.
Okay, I hear you.
Okay.
Thank you. Mhm.
Great. Okay, moving on up. Okay, I think we have now came to the most important part of our meeting. And this is the item M, when we adjourn. Did you guys want to adjourn, or do you want to carry on?
Yes.
Let's just keep going.
Madam Chair, I want to say you conducted an excellent meeting tonight.
Of course, it's 6 o'clock.
No, I wanted to mention one thing before we leave is, and to follow up, I wanted to follow up with Linda Waugh, because I've been a student at PCC this past year, and unfortunately, my advanced Italian class, many of those students, the faculty have told me that they don't want to come back to campus because they're afraid in a language class. But my classes moved to Glendale Community College for Italian 4. So I just wanted you to know that.
Because what?
Because it's online.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, someone has, our students has got his fingers up. What's up with that? You have something you'd like to say?
I thought that was pretty neat. I've actually taken some of the courses at PCC for Italian as well.
Oh, molto bene.
I have to tell you, I've been in college my whole life, BAs to doctorates, and the best faculty I ever had was the Italian faculty at PCC.
That's correct. So with that, with all of this said, it was wonderful. We had a good meeting. We'll be looking forward to hearing the plan of Dr. Andrew Jonas as to how we're going to tackle our fall. What are we going to do? Time is running out. So I think that's important that we get an understanding of what to expect. And other than that, I think we could be good. You guys enjoyed your vacation, and don't forget to come back to work.
Oh, I never really left.
I want you to get some rest, madam.
Okay. Bye.
Bye,
Thank you
Dr.
all.
Bye.